Well, while we're on the topic, while we're playing Minecraft, I have some comments on Minecraft on people complaining there's not enough content. I would like to say there are hundreds upon hours of content in this game that aren't even creativity based. Like of me just like doing all the stuff in the game would take so much time. Building all the farms, building like everything, that's gonna take ages. Like this world, I'll probably even never get there. But people are always complaining. I'm like, if you're complaining and you want to play the game more, then you need to go and like build stuff. Like, also the reason I take forever because I'm building everything I go. Like, I said I want to build an iron farm, and it's like, well, I'm gonna have a bunch of villages up there, so I need to build a village. I don't have a main base yet. It is very rare that I have a main base because I don't see the purpose in one. I just like to build farms and build stuff, but I like making aesthetic farms. I don't like making ugly farms or anything like that. Like, this is a really ugly in the back that needs work, but like, I like making things look better. How do we make that look better in the back? Huh, that's a great question. If you made it this far into the video, I'm very, very impressed with you. My muchacho. Muchacho? Padre. Padre. I got a fun story there. So, I call my dad Padre. That's like a common thing. I call my dad that no one else calls my dad. And that's because he went on a trip with me. And it was a long trip. It was, I don't know, it was in Washington, D.C. And we were in groups. And if your parent went, then you were with your parent, obviously. And so I was in a group with a few of my friends and my dad. And we needed a name for my dad, like something to call him. Because the options were Mr. my last name. There weren't many other options. And so we decided that we were going to call him Padre. Was our official nickname for my dad, was Padre. So everyone in the group started to call him Padre, and it just became a thing. And I loved it because I still got to call him Dad whenever I went. And my friends got to have a name for my dad. And whenever my friends come over to the house, they still call him Padre. And I call him Padre. If I ever have kids, I'm making sure they call him Padre. It's like their grandfather name. Grandparent names are so interesting because I can't directly decide that. It's up to the oldest kid, which could be my sister's kid, could be my kid, depending on who has kids first. Probably her. But like, whoever has that, I mean, whoever has the oldest kid gets to decide, their child gets to decide who the name is. And that doesn't change. My sister, my grandmother, when she was a kid, she called her, I think it was Nana. Nana? Nana. I think it was Nana. Then, about when she was 4 years old, she just randomly started calling her grandma. And that's the name that stuck for like ever. So like I still call her grandma. One of my grandmas is named Grandma and the other one is named Gigi. But those are the names like we still use like to this day. And like they were just decided because my sister just, I don't know, felt like it. I mean, that's how names work. I mean, so I guess. Sorry, we're gonna build. I think I want to go for this. But sorry, I'm like locked in. But anyway, like the eldest child was to decide that, and that's always been fascinating to me. But like, I just need to pump out kids first. No, my family, my mom said I was most likely to have a child out of wedlock early, and I was like, what the flip? That's not something you gamble on your son. Like, what? I'm not even like a problem child. Like, I'd like to clarify that I'm not a problem child. And then she's like, bah, 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 bah. I love my mom with like a burning passion, but like, come on, that's not very nice. Okay, Low Kirkingly on the outside, I think. Yeah, there we go. Then we cut off the... Let's get like there. No, that looks ugly. Just leave the fence where it was. Duh, 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 duh. Is that one added? Okay, so this is just a weird thing now. Unless I delete that. This still looks kind of weird. We're gonna just... I don't know. I'm bad at building in Minecraft. I have no creativity. Actually, I do have a fair bit of creativity. I had a lot more creativity as a child, though. Like a young child. I used to just, like, sit around with a bouncy ball all day and just bounce it around. And that was, like, what I did. And it was, like, a bit like a yoga ball. And I would bounce that around all day. Then, like, I would just make up stories in my head. Like, one day I'd be a knight fighting in a kingdom or something like that. But, like, I always make up these random stories, and that was just what I did all day. And I would call it playing pretend. Whenever my parents would come back there, I'd say, no, I'm playing pretend. You cannot be back here. But, like, I don't know. My weird story of the day. But, like, I also had a big energy because I had this imaginary friend named Bob the Ghost. Right? And Bob the Ghost was a Civil War veteran that had lived in our house. And, like, knew everything about our house. But, like, Bob the Ghost was chill. Don't worry. But I like talked to Bob the Ghost. And my parents would walk in on me, like, laughing at a joke Bob the Ghost told. And it was low-key kind of freaky. But... one day, my parents just asked me where Bob the Ghost had went, and I just said, he's gone now. Now, I don't remember Bob the Ghost outside of my parents telling me about how I would talk about him. So, that's mildly terrifying, that I just don't remember having that imaginary friend that was apparently such a big part of my life. And, you know, that's just terrifying. Well... I think that's where I'm going to leave it off for today, because I feel like ending the video, and this is all about how I feel. So, thank you so much for watching if you made it this far, and like and subscribe if you like me.